made crazy stuff. So, like, you know, the things you see on the food channel now, she was making back in the 80s. So for my second birthday party, she made Kermit Frog sitting on the log, had a cake, three-dimensional little wired lightning bug lit up and all that crazy stuff. So she made a space shuttle cake with donut wheels, and so it was just sort of in my blood to be a cake baker. I've never learned how to bake cake professionally. I just self-taught, family taught, and the way that I got into cupcaking now sort of came just as an accident. I was baking like I always had for my friends, for family members, for parties at work, and I would bring stuff in and people would say, wow, this is good, you should sell this. And I'm like, that's not a bad idea. Would you guys actually buy it? And so for about the first like year and a half, 2 years, it was about 80% people that I knew that I baked for. And then slowly they told their friends ate those, and so on and so forth. And then about 3 years in, shifted to mostly people I didn't know versus mostly people that I know. And it's just sort of grown from a natural progression of starting at home, renting a kitchen space, moving into a retail store. So I don't know what the next horizon is, but we'll all have to stay tuned. I like citrus flavors. I don't know if that's because I'm in Florida. And I'm like, well, that's what you do when you're in Florida. You like citrus flavors. But I've always liked lemon. Lemon's been my number one favorite. As long as I can remember, it's the flavor I always had my mom make my birthday cakes. It's the flavor that I always served to people if they were like, just pick something. You're gonna get lemon. Yeah, you have no choice. But I just like the tartness of the sweet. You know what I mean? It's like it's a balance. It's not being too sweet, not being too like tart. I like lemon. Well, for our first episode of Cupcake Wars, we had to actually put fish in the cupcake. So that's probably the weirdest thing anybody's asked me to do. I've had some weird requests for cake shapes and what cakes should look like, but the weirdest flavor has definitely been the word of mouth, 100%. Other than being on Cupcake Wars, which is obvious automatic advertising, we do zero. We haven't been in any magazine ads, we haven't had any newspaper thing, we don't really like push online sponsorships or anything like that. Everything is 100%. My kid's birthday was great and my neighbor loved it, and where can she